morning and welcome to another Money Morning Routine. Happy Monday, the brand new start to the week. So I got updated with my checking account spending. So let's go over the transactions that came out. So we had James' allowance came out for $50. Our garbage seems really high, but this is actually, we pay every other month. So it's around $100 a month for our garbage, which is still high, but living out in the county, we also don't get recycling, which makes me really upset. But I've called numerous times and they just don't offer it up here, which is extremely strange. Spotify came out and Hulu came out. So let me go ahead and get updated with my highlighting. Okay, now that I'm updated with my highlighting, let's go to my July budget and fill out my actual column of what's actually happened. That way I can see how much or what bills still need to come out. So James came out for $50 already, so that's done. Hulu and Spotify did come out. So Hulu was $18.52. Spotify came out for $12.96. Garbage came out for $196.14. Okay, moving right along. So now we're just waiting on these blank boxes for my bills to be coming out. Looking down here at my variable spending, I see this 4th of July. We did spend about $100. I would say a little bit more on 4th of July, but it ended up coming out of our food budget because we hosted and did a barbecue here at the house. We didn't actually go and do anything. The money was used on food supplies. So for that barbecue. So what I've thought to myself is for 4th of July, if I need to use a little bit, $100 for my food budget, I'm going to be okay doing that. So that is all of my bills. Let's go ahead and look at my cash spending. So here's my cash expense tracker. So I want to do my food very quickly because I know for a fact I spent some money on food yesterday, and there was a little arcade at one of the restaurants that we went to, and I spent $4 on games for Dante, even though he can't play the games. I was playing the games, but so first up, Fred Meyer. Let's see, okay, so then we have yolks as well, a lot of spending. Okay, here we go. And here's another one for yolks. Fred Meyer, yolks, all right. So let's count how much cash I have left in my food. So $432, so let's write that down. So $432. Now, like I said, if I need to use a little bit of, because if I look at this, so this right here, okay, this is the receipt that has the 4th of July spending on it. So, I mean, technically I could separate it out, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to say, yes, I have spent that $100 for 4th of July, and if I need to use it for my food budget, I will. So first, let's do Fred Meyer. Okay, so Fred Meyer happened on 7/4. Let's put my cash back in here. So 7/4, Fred Meyer. So you can see here I spent $189. I'm going to round up to 101, so minus 101. That leaves me $663. So that one's done. So I'm going to scan this receipt into my Fetch Rewards. The next one I'm going to be doing here is yolks, so 7/4. Same day, but it's because Fred Meyer is where I got a lot of the stuff for 4th of July, but we love the snake bite burgers for barbecues, and that's only at Yolks. So then I had to run over to Yolks. So I ended up spending on this receipt $171. So once again, I'm going to round up to 101. Now here's the receipt. Since I know for a fact this was 100% 4th of July spending, like this is where I should have used my debit card. $100 that I allocated for 4th of July is sitting in my checking account. So I should have really just used my debit card for this rather than $100 from my food envelope, but it is what it is. Okay, so this is yolks. And this puts me at 562. 562. My math was a little off. So 562. Okay, so scan this receipt in the Fetch Rewards. The next now this is the grocery haul I did for my meal plan for everything for the week. So this was done at Yolks. This was done on 7/6. Yolks. Okay, you can see that I spent $125.21. So I'm going to round up to 126, so minus 126. Now yesterday, which was 7/7, I needed $1 bills, took it out of my food because we wanted to get quarters. So I'm just going to put arcade here and then minus $4 for the arcade. So now we have to write all 4 of these transactions on my expense tracker. Okay, you can see that even though I pulled it from my food envelope, what I wrote on my expense tracker is a little bit different. So that yolks purchase, I did put it under my holiday category because it was 4th of July spending. And then the arcade money, I did put under fun. So those are not coming from my food. That came out of fun for $4. So now my cash spending is fully updated because I don't think I spent anything else. I still have the 110 in fun. I still have the 50 in beauty. I still have the 50 in miscellaneous. I still have the 50 in household. And I believe I still have the 50 in pets. Yes. So those are completely updated. Let's go ahead and highlight my spending on this and get that updated. Okay, so that is completely done. The next thing that I want to do is I want to go back to the back of my month here. And it's been a while since I've tracked what's going on as far as food goes. Now, on Thursday, we did end up doing Chipotle. But Friday the 4th, we had a barbecue. Saturday the 5th, we ended up doing our date day, but we also had sushi house. We met with my stepdad and my stepbrother and his boyfriend were in town, so we ended up meeting them. Yesterday was the 6th. We ended up doing the field house. We had dinner with a friend there. So we did eat out those 3 days, which means I need to get updated with my highlighting. All right, so these 3 days. Now, let's talk about the eating out. I won't be eating out hardly at all this week because I created a meal plan. So let's talk about that really quickly. So for my meal plan this week, what I've decided to do is today I'm going to be making a big batch of this chickpea salad recipe. So I'm going to have that to eat throughout the week. I'm going to, for my lunches, I bought my Asian salad kits that I love. I have some pre-cooked chicken strips. I'm going to be doing my Asian salad chicken wraps for lunches. For dinner tonight, we're going to be doing the Philly cheesesteak stuffed peppers. And then this week, we're going to be doing sun-dried tomato chicken, slow cooker fajita. Now, okay, so when I have counseling, it's really hard to have dinner because I don't get out until later, or I'm getting out around 4 when Chris has to leave for work. So it's hard for me to make dinner. So I'm going to be doing slow cooker meals on that day. So 1 day a week. So this week we're doing chicken fajita soup. We have some chicken rice bowls, coconut chicken rice bowls, sheet pan salmon with hopefully some garden vegetables that I can pull. And then, so that's what's for dinner. For my breakfast, now breakfast is very hard for me because I'm working, I go. And by the time I look at the clock, it's noon and I haven't ate breakfast yet. But I know having a really good high protein breakfast is extremely beneficial rather than just my sugar loaded coffee. And so what I decided to do, I've never been a fan of overnight oats. It's a texture thing for me, but I did find this blended option. So I'm going to make 2 of these. I'm going to try it and see if I like it. I also have the pre-cooked chicken sausage. So this week for breakfast, I'm going to be trying this tomorrow, make 2 of these. And then for breakfast, I'm going to be doing eggs, chicken sausage, and avocado, which is very good, whole foods, healthy fats, good protein for breakfast. That is my goal with that. For snacks, I'm going to be having some Greek yogurt bowls with some granola, chopped almonds, berries. I have got some cucumbers. We're really focusing on leaning more towards whole foods rather than having and struggling to find something and finding things at a convenience that are not healthy for you. Like the other day I had chips and a Pepsi. Horrible. Not doing that anymore. So alongside with my new weightlifting goal, this is going to work into that really, really nicely. So that is my meal plan, and that is done. And that is my Monday morning routine.